basically it was Tasty debuted on Facebook, right? You obviously can't scale with just using Facebook. You need to use all the other platforms. So you need to be on Pinterest. You need to be on the web. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on Twitter. You need to be on YouTube. So it was my job to sort of figure out how all of those sort of work together and talk to each other. And I came up with this awesome strategy where on Facebook, we would create a link to the actual pin so you could pin it. I called it pin it for later. And I shit you not, you could literally see all the other food brands copying me. And I was just like, that was me. So I still think that's funny that like I came up with that and literally all of them copied me. Hey, when you're doing something right, imitation, what do they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery. So yeah, very flattered, very humbled by it all. And yeah, I mean, it was cool to just see like, you know, us as BuzzFeed create this food brand, and you'll see all of these copycats come out and they literally try to mirror exactly what we were doing. And we did it best, I have to say. Still to this day, they still do it the best. And so after I created that, the app also came around. That team came to me, and then I think there was a few other people now helping with social. And we all just sort of met. It was like a meeting of the minds. And we came up with the idea for the app, and we created the app. And then I don't know if it was first or before the app or after the app, but we also created a cookbook, which the first Tasty cookbook you will see. Hold on, I actually have it. But first, what I want you to do is go ahead and click on that subscribe button, because you know you're going to want to see more of these videos, and you're going to want to hear more of my advice on social media strategy, tips and tricks, etc. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and leave a comment below, and go ahead and click on that bell, because you know you're going to want to get notified every time a new video comes out. Thanks. Now back to the video. This is the first Tasty cookbook, okay? So I love it. It's so BuzzFeed. Look at the first page. It says, hi. It's a little pig. What in the world? Okay. Yeah, so I have the book that I worked with that team to help create as well. As you can see, it's a pretty like nimble book. Like it was like we literally made this in like a month. It was insane. Like these are all the people that helped work on it too. It was not a small task, to say the least. It was, wow, that I'm like having another PTSD moment. We literally had a lot of these things that would come up, which I mean is social media in general, right? You have to think on your feet. That like the execs would just be like, oh, can you create this? And we would be like, what? Okay, and we got to work. So there's that. Another moment like that was when we needed to start creating products, and there was this products lab department that we interfaced with a lot, and they did a lot of the heavy lifting with that, but obviously they needed to know like what was going on with the Tasty community, and the social department, which was me, knew most about it. And so they came to me for, you know, customer feedback. They wanted to make a cooktop, and that is how you have that like blue cooktop that you see now in all the videos. I didn't really like help make that per se, but I also like helped promote it once it was out there. Like it was my job to help promote that, the pot selection that was then later sold at Walmart, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like a huge, Tasty's probably like, it could be its own business, like away from BuzzFeed. But now that they're public, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I was kind of just like bored, and it was just like more of the same. I wouldn't say bored is the word. I was just very not challenged anymore. And I was really looking forward to a new challenge. And I don't know how I got on this trip, but we partnered with the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival, and we went out there to shoot content, and I was out there and I was sort of in talks with the higher ups and management to move on to a different role before I went on that trip. And they actually called me while I was on that trip to congratulate me that I got the new role and that I would then be responsible for our Snapchat channel that was going to be created and all like new initiatives, which was really, really cool because I actually got a whole different side of production, media, etc. So I basically went from like social strategy to content strategy. So programming for the Snapchat channel, etc. Great, millions of viewers, huge success, top of the page all the time. Really, really great experience and a really good learning experience. I spent 3.5 years there. And if it wouldn't have been for those 3.5 years, I don't think I would be where I am today. And I'm very grateful for those 3.5 years. And I'm also just really grateful for all of the people that I worked with there that taught me so much, and all of the people that I learned from at BuzzFeed, away from BuzzFeed during those times. I mean, I was like a little 27-year-old working there. I didn't know anything. And I'm just grateful that I just was able to learn so much and be in the beginning of such a iconic brand. Like Tasty's gonna be around forever. And people like know Tasty more than they know the Food Network now. So I say all of that to say, just wanted to share with you how I like really got immersed in social media and how I got my start in the business, and hopes that it sort of educates you and inspires you to come along for the ride in social media. It's a great industry, and it's changing all the time. And all the stuff that I did back then, I'm looking back on it and I'm like, what was that? Like, what was I thinking then? So it changes, and that's what's exciting. No day is the same. So follow me if you want more tips on how to get a job in social, or if you just want to learn about social media. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and leave some comments below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer anything. Everything's on the table here. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.